Well, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Dynamo DeFi. My name is Patrick, and on this channel I talk about cryptocurrency, decentralized finance, and economics. So if you enjoy those topics, be sure to like this video and subscribe. Today's video is about GMX. GMX is a fast-growing DeFi protocol that is a decentralized perpetual exchange, so it allows up to 30x leverage trading directly on-chain through your MetaMask wallet. Today I'll go through exactly what GMX is, and more relevant to this channel, how you can actually use it to earn rewards. Because the cool thing about GMX is that even if you're not into leverage trading, like I'm not, it allows you to earn the fees that other people who are into leverage trading pay. So today I'll go through all that and more. If that sounds interesting, be sure to watch the video. Let's get into it. First, what exactly is GMX? Like I mentioned before, it's a decentralized perpetual exchange, and it has a number of interesting features from a trader perspective. First, it has zero price impact trades. So in other words, you can make a large trade on it, and provided they have liquidity to facilitate that trade, you won't be swinging the price or causing slippage. It does that in part because Chainlink oracles support dynamic pricing. Additionally, they are also launching their own AMM soon, which will be called X4. And this has a number of features that will probably be appealing for other projects to use, including the ability to highly customize their pools. So for example, you could have different fees for buying versus selling, or you could have high fees for buying when the project first launches to discourage bots and so on and so forth. So really interesting things going on. And in general, decentralized leverage trading is a fast-growing sector within DeFi. However, for those of us that don't leverage trade and are into DeFi, it's still an interesting project because their earn section has some cool opportunities. There's two ways you can earn on here. First is through the GMX token, and second is through GLP. So GMX is the native token of GMX. Makes sense, right? And 30% of the fees from the platform are paid out to GMX stakers. And if you use the platform on Arbitrum, which is an Ethereum layer 2, then you get the fees paid in ETH. And if you use it on Avalanche, you get the fees paid in AVAX. So pretty cool. You're not getting paid out in their native token. You're actually getting fees from the platform. And you can see right now on Arbitrum, those fees come out to around 28%, which is not bad, right? And on Avalanche, if we hop over there, the fees come out to 30%, so slightly better. But you might be wondering, what is this GLP down here? Because that actually has better rewards. It's around 46% on Avalanche, and back over on Arbitrum, it's 52%. So it's actually better on Arbitrum. And what GLP is basically you are providing liquidity for these other people to leverage trade. And so GLP is going to be an ever-changing basket of different tokens that people are using to trade on GMX. And if you go to the dashboard here, you can see the composition of GLP. On Arbitrum, for example, it's 37% USDC, 36% ETH, 11% BTC, 7% DAI, and then some smaller percentages of Frax, I think Link and Uni as well. If you go over to Avalanche, it's going to be similar, but it's a bit more stablecoin heavy at 47.5% USDC, 21% ETH, 16% BTC, 10% AVAX, and then a bit more USDC over here, which I guess is a different wrapped version of it. And so basically you're earning those fees, which are around 50% on a basket of stablecoins and blue chip cryptos, which is really incredible. And so that's basically how earn works. I will say though, these rewards are not actually entirely from fees. You also are receiving escrowed GMX. And so that is GMX that you can stake to earn rewards. It's locked up, but it's earning rewards. So even though you can't sell it, you still are making money from it. If you want to unlock it, then it takes 365 days to linearly unlock. So it's steadily unlocking over that time period. I think personally that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep the escrowed GMX, and then I'm going to earn the rewards from it, because 1 year of missing rewards is quite a long time, unless it is a major player in DeFi a couple of years from now and I really want to cash out. Then I'd rather just earn the rewards, right? But But I think that that's pretty cool. And one other sort of interesting feature they have is that in order to unlock your escrow GMX, you have to lock up the equivalent amount of GMX or GLP that you used to earn it, meaning that a lot of GMX has to be taken out of circulation if you want to remove your escrow GMX from the escrow. However, the stuff that's locked up, you can remove at any time and just stop the vesting period from the escrow. But even so, it really discourages people from selling, which is great from a tokenomics perspective. Some other things that are interesting are that the GMX that you're staking is also earning multiplier points. You can see them over here, and basically you earn, it's a 100% APR on that. So if you have 100 GMX staked, you'll earn 100 over the course of a year, and the multiplier points disappear if you unstake your GMX, but while you have them, you can use them to earn additional rewards. So your annual rewards are actually going to end up being higher than 30% because you're getting this escrow GMX that you can compound, and then you're getting the multiplier points that you can compound as well. And it's a good incentive if you're interested in this project to start staking sooner than later. That's what I'm doing personally. And final thing I want to call out is that if you look at the stats on this, and this is really what brought me to this project. Every week I do a thread on Twitter of projects whose revenue and TVL is growing. And one thing that jumped out to me is if you look at the analytics on here, then these are the fees on Arbitrum. We'll look at Avalanche in a second, but you can see that they've gone up and down. These purple bars over here show the fees. However, they have been steadily going and steadily increasing at a faster and faster pace, which is really what you want to see, right? You know, these day-to-day fluctuations are not important. What's important is that the overall trend is that it's increasing. Likewise with volume, they have over 8,000 people have used their platform on Arbitrum, and those people have paid over $34 million in fees. On Avalanche, they've collected about $10 million in fees. And you can see here the fees are maybe a little bit less parabolic, but are still increasing. Although the Arbitrum graph certainly looks better. And if you go over to TVL, so you see the total value locked, then yes, this is also increasing. It's gone up from around 100 million at the start of the year to over 300 million now. And that's in a period when the market TVL overall has dropped. So in other words, GMX is outperforming the total DeFi market by quite a bit over the past few months. And so that's what I like about it. I think it's a cool opportunity for you to really be the exchange and make money off of other people leverage trading. As far as risks of this project, because I always like to talk about that, I would say the main risk is there's no guarantee that on-chain perp trading takes off, right? You're kind of on the frontier of DeFi with this, and there's a lot of reasons to think that some people might be more comfortable with the centralized exchange, or although the GMX technology is solid from everything that I've seen, that perhaps someone finds some sort of exploit that people didn't catch before. And that's totally speculative, but that is always a risk with things on chain like this. Another risk is that some of these tokens that pay out fees directly, those are my favorite DeFi tokens because you want to be earning fees, right? You want to be earning fees from these platforms. Perhaps there could be regulatory issues if a body like the SEC decides that those are an unregistered security. I doubt GMX would be their top target, but it is always something to consider. And finally, I would say the other risk that I can think of is you with these sorts of platforms that are perp exchanges, you run the risk that someone like FTX or Binance launches their own on-chain competitor to GMX or DYDX, which is another version of another competitor in this space. You run the risk that FTX launches their own on-chain competitor and maybe has a lot of resources that make it difficult for these smaller players to compete. Overall, though, one of my favorite projects right now, one that I'm personally using to earn some passive income, both from GLP and GMX. Let me know down in the comments what you think about it. And until next time, this is Dynamo DeFi.